All right, all right. I need to drink some water after that upset, guys. What an upset we had here in the MLS's Cup Final. Let me just hydrate before I go ahead and give you guys my quick thoughts on what I think. Um, Obviously, it's the live stream. If you guys are watching live, what's up? If you guys are watching on the replay, yo, what's up? Today, what we got to talk about is the MLS Cup Final. What the heck just happened? Look, I am no shame in thinking that Columbus Crew was going to lose this game. Turns out they proved me and a lot of other people wrong. But deep down in my heart, I really wanted Columbus Crew to win. They were the underdog. There's a team that I really wanted to see them succeed. You know, the whole Save the Crew process, like that whole movement, it all just came full circle here, lifting this MLS Cup trophy. Like, defeating the team to beat all year, Seattle Sounders, like the team who's been in the playoffs every single season since they've been, you know, alive in MLS, and now defeated by Columbus Crew, who everyone counted them out. I'm just glad that they really proved everyone wrong. This is the way it should have went. Like, I mean, it should actually went Seattle Sounders winning, but instead it turned out a better way. With the underdogs, Columbus Crew, they really, really deserved this win. They played so good from the first minute of the game. They really had Seattle Sounders number. I think there was a lot of Seattle Sounders players who really were not in their best form. I think Jordan Morris, Nicholas Lodero was really, really quiet for most of the game. He just wasn't. He was trying, but he just couldn't get off. He just couldn't get on in the game. You know, like it just wasn't his night. It just wasn't Seattle's night. And I gotta hear your guys' thoughts because I got a lot to say. We can all talk about it here on the live chat. Yo, what's up, Isaiah? Savor the crew. Yes, the crew is saved, bro. It looks that way. It looks as though the crew is indeed saved. I know the whole thing, if you guys don't know, the whole Save the Crew movement was because, you know, Columbus Crew was going to move to Texas, Austin, Texas, before Austin had a team coming. And people were going crazy. Like, why are you going to have Columbus Crew move to Austin? There's just the whole thing that sometimes happens in American sports, you know, like the Chargers moved their city, like NFL stuff, but it did not happen for the for Columbus Crew, and it was great. You know, people were saying we saved the crew, but now lifting this MLS Cup, it just makes it more and more like certain that yes, the crew is saved. We're staying in Columbus, obviously, because Austin already has their own soccer team coming, but it just all came full circle. What a freak! I'm glad they actually won it in their home stadium. It's actually their last game ever going to play in that stadium because they are building a new stadium that is going to be ready next season for the next MLS season, actually. So what a good way to go out at the Maffrey Stadium. What a good way to go out the season. What a good way to save the freaking crew, guys. Let me know your thoughts right away. Like, if you guys are in the chat, you see none of you guys so far. Let me know your thoughts. We got to talk about this shit, guys. This is crazy. Nobody expected this. I mean, some people, you know, were picking Columbus Crew, but the majority of people that I've talked to, the majority of people that I've seen, all were going for Seattle. And if you guys can hear me, let me know, because I'm trying a new thing here. If you guys can't hear me, please let me know. Yo, what's up, Isaiah? Yo, what's up, Diego? As a Sounders fan, they deserve it, and they destroyed us. Yeah, like I said, they deserve this win. They totally outplayed Seattle. I mean, Seattle has good players. Don't count them out for stuff like that. But they were really outplayed by Columbus. Columbus had their number all game, guys. Like, all the good Seattle Sounders players, like I said, Morris, Nicholas Lodero, like they were, Rui Diaz, all pretty much quiet, all pretty much like neutralized by Columbus Crew's midfield, especially Aiden Morris. Aiden Morris was the best Morris in the whole game today. Yo, what's up, soccer guy? I'm happy they won. Yeah, same. I think for the most part, a lot of people, the majority of MLS fans are happy that Columbus Crew won. You know, Seattle has already won it, you know, recently, in recent years. Let's just try to spice it up a bit. Yo, what's up, Marcos? I'm proud of your boy Zardes. 19 AM 95. Zardes had a pretty solid game. You know, I'm not the biggest Zardes fan, but I have to give him credit where credit's due. I think Zardes had a really, really good game. He was very important and critical to the 3 goals for Columbus Crew. At least one of them he's really critical for. No one cares about the Chargers. That's why they have the worst test. Facts, bro. Chargers suck. Proud of you, mijo. 80s nostalgia guy. Zardes is the best striker for USA. I'm not gonna. No comment. MJ Lozano. I'm an LA Galaxy fan, but was rooting for the Crew. Glad they won. They played great and deserved the win. Yeah. A lot of people, a lot of other MLS fans, at least neutral MLS fans to this final, were mostly rooting for Columbus Crew to win, and a lot of us were happy. I picked Seattle to win. In my prediction with Bench Kings, which you guys should go check out their channel, Bench Kings. Cool dudes. We really just talked about how Seattle is like so overpowered, like so good, but damn it, bro. They proved me wrong. Like the Columbus Crew proved me wrong. Christian Salas, damn it, Drew, coming back from work, had game recorded. Oh, sorry, Christian. I mean, this is fake. Everything you see here is fake. It's not real. Sorry, broski. Sorry, I spoiled the game for you. I had no idea. Well, you know what I am happy for, Christian, is that you probably have my notifications on. So maybe when I went live, you got notified and I just spoiled it. So my bad, bro. But props to you for being on a notification gang. Soccer guy, do you think the LA Galaxy can do... Wait, do you think LA Galaxy can do good if they sign Jordan Morris and Chris Mueller? I mean, they do need more attacking depth in their team. They need like some better attacking players there, especially after the departure of Zlatan, and especially after the flopness of Chicharito Hernandez. They could use some attacking force there, but I wouldn't want to see these two guys at LA Galaxy. What's up, Jacob Home? If only and Minnesota United could finish like the Crew. Yeah, I mean, when the Crew went up 2-0 at halftime, I was like, you know what? I'm excited, but you cannot count out Seattle still because, like Minnesota United, they were up 2-0 in the last 15 minutes of the game. Seattle just, with their experience, with their technique, with their skillful players, they found a way to score 3 goals to the last second of the game and went to the final. So, but once the minutes got closer, towards the end of the game, I was like, this is not looking good for Seattle. They got to score 2 goals to take it to overtime or penalties, whatever. And then Zello, they're right. Oh, I can never say this guy's name. Columbus Crew score a third, and that's it. Icing on the cake. I was laughing when he said Seattle would win. Yeah, bro. I mean, I was pretty sure they were gonna win. What happened to Morris? Aaron Alexander. Yeah, what happened to Morris? I think a lot of people were hyping up, including myself, talking about how good Morris is, how underrated he is. And granted, he tried to do what he could do, but he was man-marked pretty well. He wasn't getting fed the good reception from his midfield that he used to, especially to go on the breaks. I just felt like he tried, but he just couldn't, he just couldn't. I mean, that's the whole excuse for the whole Seattle team. They tried, but they couldn't. And the Roldan brothers, trash, bro. Trash. Especially Alex Roldan in the first goal, way out of position. And then Zelarayan scores the opening goal, and Alex Roldan is nowhere. He has to be marking this dude, and he's MIA. And he's blaming everybody else, when really it was his fault. LA Galaxy needs to resign Pavone. Yeah, that'd be good for them. Hey, what's up, May? Why do Torontians hate Seattle despite beating us twice? They're such a good team to watch. Seattle's a fun team to watch, no doubt. So I don't know why that beef is there for. Congrats to the C-Boos. To the C-Bus. I'm buying the Columbus Crew championship gear. Yo, do it. Represent. Sorry, Christian. You're my boy, though. Sorry. My bad. I owe you one. And crying because no more MLS. European soccer is the same. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed out there's not going to be any more MLS games around to watch or talk about. But season's over. It's a crazy-ass year. Let's just regroup and see what next season brings us. Because next season, I think every season gets better and better for MLS in terms of popularity, in terms of, entertainment. I feel like it just gets better and better. And I feel like this year and this season would have been a lot better had it not been for COVID-19 ruining stuff, ruining the CONCACAF Champions League, ruining like US Open Cup, everything. It's all ruined. But either way, I'm excited for next season of MLS, and hopefully it comes faster. Seattle fullback screwed things up. Yeah, Alex Roldan should not have been playing tonight in this important game at a right back. They already had a right back in their subs. They should have played that dude from the beginning. Yo, what's up, Milo Plays? Yo, tactical manager himself right here in the chat. What up, bro? Congrats to the crew. That's right. It was a great season, and the growth of MLS has been amazing. That's true, bro. That is. And I'm glad that me and you are both witnessing that live, talking about it, and trying to help grow that together. And feel better, bro. Feel better. Can we get a video that's dedicated towards 5 minutes of you attempting to say Zella Ryan? Oh, did I say it right? See, when I see it spelled out, I can say it. Zella Ryan. Zilla Ryan. Zilla. I felt like there was like 3 Z's in there. Like Zilla Zarayan. Can't. I'm not even a crew fan, but since it was 25th season MLS, I'm going to do it. Yeah. 25th season MLS, 25 years. The MLS is so young, guys, and there's so much more to come from MLS. Like, if we keep going the way we're going, minus all the big expansions, like, we got to stop expanding. Minus all that, I think the league is still young enough to really just keep growing and growing. It's actually being able to compete in terms of marketing ability with the rest of the world. And that's a good thing. But we still got a long way to go to be able to compete with other leagues around the world, especially the top 5 leagues, especially even like South American leagues. What up, Drew? What up, tactical manager, bro? Yeah, Milo Plays, what an upset today. This was like, everyone's talking about it. Everyone's talking about what a big upset, how great the Columbus Crew played. They really did play great. I'm glad they had Eloy Room back in goal. I feel like that was a big boost for them, especially losing Nagby and Santos due to COVID. At least they got their starter keeper in goal. Like I said, Aiden Morris was good. Mensah was good. Zella Zarian was good too. Yazidar was pretty solid. Like, it was a good core group of players there. It's not the only players they don't have is just Nagby and Santos. They've got other good players in their ranks, and they showed that today. Sorry. Off topic, but how would you feel about Morris to Stuttgart and Sargent to Hoffenheim? Morris to Stuttgart and Sargent to Hoffenheim. Interesting. Well, Stuttgart did have a really big thrashing of Borussia Dortmund today. I think they scored 5-1 today. That was a little surprising for me. But Morris, anywhere in Europe, I would be a fan of. Obviously not like a step down. Like, I don't want him going anywhere like second division of Swedish soccer, or like second division out of like Denmark or stuff like that. But I want him to go with like a good league where it's competitive enough that he's going to get some more improvement to his game there. I'm open to Sargent moving as well. I really don't like him at his current team. He deserves a better team. I think he is kind of angling for a move as well, so that's going to be good for our national team. It's going to be good for Sargent's development as well, because he's still young. He needs a better team to help him grow more as a player. And if Hoffenheim is better than Werder Bremen, let's do it, bro. 80s nostalgia guy Zardes, and Areola is a deadly combo for the U.S. national team. Yeah, I think when they're on their form, it's good, but I think we have better options out there currently. But I think they're just pretty good, solid players to have for like a really big packed schedule. National team schedule we have next year. We have Gold Cup, we have World Cup qualifying, we have the Olympic qualifying, with the Olympics, we have the Gold Cup, Nations League. We have a lot of tournaments coming, and we're gonna need that depth. And I think Zardes and Areola are probably gonna be in and around those tournaments as well. I want Giovanni to play for Real Madrid. Dang, broski. No, not for me. I'm a Barca fan, so Real Madrid's off limits for me. But for USA national team, talent-wise, yes, I would love that as well. That's even better. Like, that would be great. Your team is Red Bulls, might win it next year. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like they got a lot of work to do still. Yeah, Madrid is kind of a little overcrowded right now. And they're they're like in a weird phase right now. They're not as good as they used to be, like 2 years ago even. So that's weird too. Wow is right, Dominic Rizzo. MJ Lozano, what are some possible offseason roster changes for Seattle's after this game? You think they will do a lot of changes or no? I feel like it's really hard to say. I feel like they do have a good core group of players. I feel like they have the talent. They have the players that can help them win games. I think today was just an exception. Today was just like an off day for them. I think they were just outplayed today. But I feel as though maybe man for man, like Seattle still edges Columbus Crew a little bit, but I think Columbus just played way, way better than Seattle did. But I think Seattle doesn't need to make too many big changes. Maybe fullbacks, maybe another center defensive midfielder, maybe someone to replace Christian Roldan, or someone to push Roldan out of the starting lineup eventually next season. Curaçao are in good hands with Eloy Room. True that. Dude's I think he's pretty underrated as a goalkeeper in MLS, but maybe winning his MLS Cup could help elevate his reputation and his game here in MLS. I think it's his first season too, so he's done pretty good for himself. Playoffs MVP in my opinion. Overall, tactical manager. Damn. Probably Zella Zarayan from Columbus Crew, just because his brace today in the final, I think he was pretty solid all playoffs. The whole playoffs, he was pretty good. He was pretty important to Columbus Crew's success throughout the whole playoffs. So I'm going to go with Zella Zarayan. I can't say this guy's name. I suck. Those Seattle corner kicks were so dead. Yeah, usually they're pretty dangerous, especially against Minnesota, where they scored two goals at the end off a corner kick. But today is just different. Jordi Reyna from Real Madrid. I had to watch Tactical's live stream on my MacBook and 11 Yank stream on my iPhone. Yeah, I was kind of flipping back and forth between Tactical, 11 Yanks, and Bench Kings. There was a lot of people doing live streams today. I was like, you know what? I'm glad I didn't. I'd rather do it after, just because it's a little crowded now. But that's good, though. I mean, we got a lot of people talking about the beautiful game here in America. Derek Etienne should play for U.S. men's national team. Is he eligible? I mean, does he have any ties here that we could, nation tie him? I don't know. I got to look into that. Yedlin should go back to Seattle and play at right wing. Yedlin should definitely come back to MLS. I feel like he's really not having a good time in Newcastle. I think he did play today for like the first time in a long time for Newcastle. But I think he should come back to USA, or at least find another team. Also, he is from the USA, Derek Etienne, and not Haiti. Interesting. I would have welcomed Etienne. I think what I saw from him today was pretty nice. So, total dominance by the Crew. Zella Zarayan is amazing. He had a picture-perfect game. I'm from Ohio and a huge Crew fan. So happy MLS champs. Yo, good for you, bro. This win is for you guys over there. Etienne needs to play more to play for USA. Isaiah was everywhere. Yeah, Isaiah. I saw him too commenting everywhere. Mateo Leo's nice. Milo plays. Yes, I go with Zella Zarayan too as my MVP. Yeah, MVP is Zella Zarayan, definitely. Not just for the game. Well, for the game, yes, but for the playoffs as well. But I think one of my man of the match performances this game in the MLS final definitely has to go to obviously Zella Zarayan, but Aiden Morris for Columbus Crew, teenage kid, center defensive midfielder who filled the gaps of Pedro Santos and Dante Nagbe. He really came in here. He kind of shut out Seattle Sounders' midfield. He kind of shut out Lodero. He really was pivotal and important to Columbus Crew tonight today. He impressed me. Everybody was talking about him. I was like, dude, this guy is insane. I want to see more of this kid. I will be upset if Soto is not allowed to start the next game for USA. Yeah, I do like Sebastian Soto. I want to see him at a bigger club. I know he think he plays second division somewhere, but I want to see him, like I said, in a bigger league. Like maybe not a bigger league, but at least in a bigger first division club. Like he needs to get that experience over there in Europe. Evie Osama, Balogun scores today. What's the chances we get him back, and where does he fit in with our strikers? From what I've seen so far, and from what I'm looking at and following with him, is it looks pretty good so far. I know Greg Berhalter's like the freaking king at recruiting foreign, like American eligible players to play for us. So I really do have faith with Berhalter there in that aspect. Where he fits in our strikers, I think he fits in pretty good. I like that we have a lot of depth. Obviously he's gonna have to battle with players like Daryl Takei, Ewabise, Akinola, that's just here in MLS, Sebastian Soto, Josh Sargent, just to name a few of players who are also playing in Europe. Like I think it looks good for us in terms of having like a good depth pool of strikers in our national team. Like I like that. So I would welcome Balogun here to our national team because it's just going to elevate everyone else's game because they want to make sure they're starting games. They want to make sure they're the ones who are going to be scoring the goals and not be benched by somebody else. They're going to push each other, and that's what's going to make us even better. World Cup Nerd 2014. Zeller Rayan is world class. Best crew player ever. Go crew. Best crew player ever? All right, if that's what you think, that's fine with me. He is definitely a gem for Columbus Crew. Can you guys see me moving myself here? Sorry. Reina scored a nice goal for Dortmund today. Yeah, a nice goal for Dortmund, and I think the only goal for them today. 19 OAN 95. Does Zelazarian even play for the national team? No, he's not. He doesn't play for us. I think he's Argentinian or something like that. If I'm wrong, my bad. Yo, what's up, Retro Sports? Thanks for coming to the stream. Let me know your thoughts on the final and the reaction of it. Like, this is crazy. Thomas Kosimar, so nice to see Columbus win, both because it's a good story for them after to save the crew. Yes, I agree. And because I'm sick of Seattle beating my FC Dallas and winning everything. A lot of people were kind of fed up, or not fed up, just like bored with Seattle Sounders being so dominant in MLS, especially so dominant in the playoffs, that they wanted to see a change and have rooting for the underdog Columbus Crew was something they wanted to do, including myself. I did root for them, but I did predict that Seattle Sounders would win this because why wouldn't I pick them? Clearly, I suck at predicting games, but yeah. It's good to see a nice change of champions here. Obviously, Columbus has won it before in the past, but not in most recent years like Seattle Sounders has. Yeah, Dortmund lost pretty badly today. They got messed up. Oh, sorry, my bad, bro. Yeah, I don't know if he plays for the national team, for Argentina national team, Zelazarian. I think I really don't follow Argentina too much. I just watch like highlights of like Messi's performance of trying to save Argentina from sucking all the time, but yeah, I don't know if he's even really called up that much. But I feel like they should. I mean, I feel like Argentina is a team that really needs some new, different players with different mindsets in their ranks. Like this dude from Columbus is gonna probably who fits the bill. I think Crew played much better. And the Sounders kind of sat back, and I thought Seattle would win 3-1, but it was an entertaining game. Yeah, I picked Seattle to win 2-0, actually. But I was wrong. I'm a fool. I'm a darn fool. Seattle Sounders definitely outplayed all night. From the first freaking whistle, bro. Like, the first minute of the game, it was all Columbus Crew. First half, all Columbus. Second half, all Columbus Crew. They're absorbed Seattle Sounders' pressure. They absorbed their counters. They found a way to really nullify Jordan Morris's on the break attacks. Like, they did really good today. I'm really, really proud of them and impressed. Thomas Kosumar, I'm surprised they dominated the game even without Nagbe and Santos too. Yeah, I think a big reason, like I said, as to why they dominated the game and Celeran, obviously. But Aiden Morris in midfield really, really like locked up shop there. He was the guy in midfield today. He was probably my second man of the match performance there in the whole game. You got to catch Bench Kings, Tactical, 11 Yanks, and your live stream today. Yo, Isaiah, you're the GOAT fan for all of our channels here. GOAT fan. Yeah, I was flipping through all the live streams. I was going to Bench Kings, I was going to Tactical, 11 Yanks, leaving my comments, my support there for these guys. I really love to see more people covering, American soccer here, and especially MLS on YouTube, because a lot of people don't really cover it too much. Like, I feel like just a small chunk of us do. Like I said, the four of us here at Bench Kings, Tactical, 11 Yanks, me, Danny T Radio, people like that really covering MLS. It helps it grow little by little. Like, I love to see that. I mean, even like this time last year or 2 years ago, I didn't really see many people covering it, but now it's awesome. It's going good. And it's only going to get better. I feel like we're going to attain it. I feel like YouTube's going to get more MLS content creators or American soccer content creators. And I welcome that, because I want that helps the game here in America. That helps people really get into like MLS in general. Mila Play says he likes the game between Atletico and Real Madrid today. 2-0 win for Real Madrid. Yeah, I think that was a pretty shock performance there. I thought it was going to be like a draw, because Atletico undefeated so far this season, really playing well. Real Madrid kind of iffy and unbalanced so far, but they always find a way to beat Atletico Madrid. That is Atletico's Achilles heel is Real Madrid. Yeah, Sounders defense sucked today, especially the right back, Alex Roldan. Brian Schmetzer did a bad job today, or horrible job today. I think he got a couple of things wrong, like starting Alex Roldan as a right back, but I still like that dude. I think he's a cool, nice dude. It really sucks to see him like lose that way, but what are you gonna do, man? He got outplayed by Caleb Porter. Sounders was pretty bad I saw Tactical Managers and Bench Kings and yours. Represent, Mila Plays, represent. I said Tactical called 11 Yanks, 11 Wanks, 11 Spank. I saw that. I was like, they're getting some like beef over here or what? Some tea. Yeah, they're both cool dudes, I think, to me. I mean, obviously, I've worked with Tactical Manager personally on my channel and his channel. Like, we did something like a live stream before too. He's a cool dude. I haven't worked with the 11 Yanks yet, but I would like to. But also, he seems like a cool dude to me. Just watching his analysis. But Tactical is my boy. Based on tonight, Aiden Morris might be one to keep an eye on for national team in the future. I haven't seen much of him before. Yeah, I think many people haven't seen much of Aiden Morris before tonight, but he's definitely a player, like you said, we have to keep a watch on now, especially next season. It's going to be a player that I really want to see more of and see what he can bring to the table for the national team. I think really having a good center defensive midfielder is going to be good for us. We need a midfielder like that in our ranks. Obviously we have Adams and Mustin McKinney in the midfield there, but I think Aiden Morris would be a good player as well to add to the mix there if he continues to grow the way I see him play today. And then all of a sudden, people went on to 11 Yanks stream and started calling him Land Wanks. Ooh, it's a little wild. How did you feel about Diego Maradona death? Oh, yeah, I felt obviously pretty shitty about it, Alex Prado. I think that was terrible. Like, he had the cardiac arrest or something like that. But I think that was a big loss for the soccer world. Obviously, a huge loss for Argentina football. Oh, sorry, Argentina soccer. Whoa, who am I? Yeah, it was a really, I think it was a really tough thing to get through for anybody involved with soccer. Everybody, if you love soccer now, there's like a 95% chance you know who Diego Maradona was. Like, he was one of the GOATs, man. I think Barca will win tomorrow 2-1. Dude, if Barca doesn't freaking win, I'm going to shave my head even more. Real Madrid fan, by the way. Yeah, represent, bro. Bradley Ullery, congratulations, crew. This one is for Ohio. Definitely. And they're staying in Ohio, bro. Columbus Crew is saved, cemented. They got a new stadium coming, so they ain't going nowhere. So if you guys are still worried that they could leave, first of all, Austin already has their own team coming. Second of all, Columbus is already building a new stadium. Where they want to leave, they're going to do constructed stadium. And I'm excited to see how this new stadium is going to look live. Hey, Drew, I want to do a collab with you and Tactical Manager and maybe Pete and Danny next year. What's the best way to contact you? You can contact me on my new Instagram, guys, at Kicking It With Drew at Instagram. That's just based off just my channel. I did link my personal one, but that's just I gotta make it more soccer related. I gotta be more professional here for you guys and for the channel. So that's Kicking It With Drew at Instagram. If you're not following, do you guys even love me? Imagine Nashville winning next year. That would be great. And Nashville had a pretty good run, I think, in the playoffs for the first team. For their first year in MLS and the first year in the playoffs, obviously. Missing out on MLS's back tournament. Couldn't really see them in the tournament format. But I think they did good, defeating Inter Miami. But who wouldn't defeat Inter Miami in this tournament? I think any team in this tournament would have defeated Inter Miami. Walter Gonzalez says, LA Galaxy needs to sign Pavone. Yes, they got to get him back. I feel like they need all the help they can get right now because they're not that good. So what time are we at here? 30 minutes? All right. Well, I don't work tomorrow, but who cares? But I still got to go up there and help the baby. At 15 minutes, we're going to stop it right before an hour. I just don't want to make this too late, so we're all tired. I'm old-ish. Yeah, no doubt, Isaiah. I love working with people. I love working with other people who like to talk about soccer because in my personal life, I don't have anyone to talk about soccer with who doesn't go ugh, or soccer. You talk about soccer, but when I talk about soccer with other people from YouTube who are following soccer like me, it feels good to actually talk about stuff that people can actually talk to me about and they know what I'm talking about. It's not like I'm like, oh yeah, Lionel Messi. They're like, who's Lionel Messi? I'm like, dude, who are you, bro? So it feels good to talk to people who also like the same things you do. It's a very lonely world as a soccer fan here in America if you're not in the right community or state. Oh yeah, Miami fired their GM today too. Wow, they definitely needed to because they suck. And their golden boy, what's this guy's name again? The Mexican they signed from Monterrey who won stuff like CONCACAF Champions League. Rodolfo Pizarro. He's been kind of a little flop there. He's trying what best he can do, but his team is just all around him is average, below average, I'd say. I think David Beckham needs to do a lot better at signing players. Even Higuain. He's Higuain, bro. He cost Argentina the World Cup. He cost Lionel Messi the World Cup. Is Javier Hernandez still... Yeah, I think he still plays for LA Galaxy. Definitely. You don't see him because he sucks. Lander484. I wonder if Columbus Crew versus Austin FC could become rivalry. Yeah, it could, actually. That's actually a good point. Lander, Columbus Crew and Austin, yeah, that could have been, it could be like the rivalry of what could have been. This could have been Columbus Crew here in Austin, but now Austin has his own team, and they can go back to Columbus Crew and be like, yo, you want to live here in Austin or what? What's going on? That'd be a good one. Especially since, Cincinnati is, sucks pretty much, so they would have maybe some better competition. Hopefully Austin FC is a better competition to Columbus Crew than Cincinnati's, because Cincinnati's not the best. Alright, you got it, Isaiah. I'll get to that later. My LaPlace, I know almost everything about soccer. I am in New York and I follow soccer, everything. Yo, following soccer, no doubt. Inter Miami's GM signed a coach way too late, and they barely trained before the season started. That's why there was a lack of chemistry. Yeah, you could totally see that in the play of Inter Miami, that when they're on the field, it's like these guys never played with each other ever in their lives, and they really haven't. and it takes time for them to practice. They just need more practice. And the players they didn't fit with Diego Alonso's system. Yeah. I feel like Inter Miami already needs a whole overhaul of the squad. Like Pizarro, they can keep Pizarro, but he needs better support around him to become the player they thought he was going to be, you know? I don't know. So some more quick thoughts for me, guys, is I really think that despite Seattle Sounders' loss today, I still think they have a pretty good dynasty for MLS. They've been in the playoffs ever since they've been inaugurated into this league. I think that they have good players. They're always a team to beat. They're always competitive. They're always competing, always going far in the playoffs or making playoff finals, winning it sometimes. I think they still have a name for themselves in terms of having a dynasty or being a dynasty team in MLS. What do you guys think about that? And also, real quick, what do you guys think about the MLS and Liga MX possibly combining leagues in the future? I've seen that it could happen. I've seen that Don Garber is in favor of it. In my personal opinion, real quick, because I'm going to make a video on it soon. I don't want to spoil my video, but I think it could benefit the league in some aspects in terms of, like, obviously money, in terms of getting better competition, like week in and week out. Obviously, Liga MX has some good teams like Monterrey, Club America, Cruz Azul, like teams like that. Just off the top of my head, that I know are pretty good. Playing them like all the time, like every year, like that would be pretty good. But also, MLS is just so big right now. MLS is growing even more. We got 3 or 4 more teams coming already in the next few years. How is that even possible? So I want to know what you guys think about that. Thomas, consistently great, but not a dynasty with only 2 rings. True. They only got 2 rings. That's facts. I only said that because people are, they're talking about the dynasty. It's just a dynasty, blah, 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 blah. So it makes you wonder, like, is it though? Lander, I feel like after Atlanta United and LAFC coming in and having so much success quickly, it has made expectations for the new expansion teams much higher. Yeah, Atlanta coming into the league, absolutely dominating from like the get-go, doing really great, winning MLS, like winning trophies already with Joseph Martinez, Miguel Almiron, having star players, and then LAFC coming in, doing great as well. Obviously, never won the MLS Cup, but still, it puts a lot of pressure on new teams like Nashville, especially Inter Miami, a team that was supposed to be the next Atlanta, the next LAFC, be competitive, but it just turns out they could not match that energy. Maybe a Western Conference dynasty. Yeah, maybe. McKennie scored a volley against Barcelona. Yeah, I saw. I was watching that live. That was bittersweet for me as a Barca fan. I was like, damn, we're losing this game. But as a USA fan, I was like, dude, Wes McKennie just scored for Juventus in the Champions League against Barcelona at the Camp Nou. What the heck is that? What a time to be alive for USA soccer fans. Maybe merge with the Liga MX in the far future, but not anytime soon. Their business model is completely different. Yeah, it's so different. They do stuff differently than we do in terms of how we set up our league. They got the Clausura, the Apertura. It's different. And they have a lot of teams as well, and so do we. So combining all that, like, could you imagine the freaking clusterfuck that I could bring in terms of traveling, in terms of like who we're playing, how many times, where we're playing it, what's going on now. Watching freaking Tigres absolutely smash Colorado and Cincinnati every single time. That would not be a good look for us too. And I think what would also be a really bad thing about it is if we are constantly competing against Liga MX and we're not reaching their level in terms of defeating them, during this Liga MX and slash MLS season, it looks bad for us. Like, look, MLS can't compete with Liga MX, and here it is. They're playing every weekend against each other, and they're still losing. That would look bad for us. I don't want to see U.S. Liga MX merge going to be a disaster for MLS slash American teams. Yeah, if I could choose, I would say no. Despite some positives, I think there's way more negatives than there's positives. And it's just like, you don't do that. I mean, you don't merge leagues like that. That's weird. I know in Europe soccer they really were trying to merge like a European Super League, but even I don't even like that. Even that I don't like. Like, I feel like that's just gonna be eliminate a lot of small teams' efforts and hopes to get themselves on par with the bigger teams around the world and in MLS. It's not fair. I don't like it. Inter Miami could have been like Atlanta and LAFC without Iguain and Matuidi. Yeah. Matuidi, that was a random signing too, and also Iguain. I'm just surprised that those two guys came here to MLS, but whatever. Like Minnesota United's first season or two wasn't too great, so it was cool to see them make a playoff run. Yeah, it was. I think Minnesota's been pretty solid for the most part, but can never always, finish your games off. Yeah, definitely let the leagues keep their own identities, their own space. We don't need combining Liga MX, MLS right now. Like, I don't think we need it ever. I really hope this never friggin' happens. But knowing us, this is something we would really do as an MLS league. We would actually do it. I can see it happening already. Don Garber's friggin' having a friggin' panic attack, wanting this to happen. Now I can just sense it. But nah, bro, I'm not messing with that. And we don't see promotion and relegation if we merge Liga MX. Yeah, exactly. We already have CONCACAF Champions League and Campeones Cup. No need for North American Super League, to be honest. Yeah, for what reason? You're right, bro. We already have the CONCACAF Champions League, which, by the way, the CONCACAF Champions League starts next week in like 3 days. Your boy Drew's gonna cover that here on the channel. I gotta check out when they're gonna start playing first, because I really want to make a prediction video on who's gonna win this game's coming back after the whole COVID pandemic ruining this whole season. Columbus is the greatest team the world has ever seen. Dragstaff. That's awesome, bro. Dragstaff. I love that name. The Crew were easily the most consistent team in the league, minus the players constantly being sidelined. Yeah, I think they had a lot of, injuries, and obviously the most recent, quarantine stuff and COVID positive tests from Nagby and Pedro Santos. They found a way to always win, found a way to do good with their squad that they currently had. Would Orlando City beat Columbus if they played in conference final, and would they win it all? Would they win it all? Would Orlando City beat Columbus if they had played in conference final? I don't think so. I think Columbus was just way too on form today, way too on fire to really lose to Orlando City. I think if anybody was going to beat Columbus Crew, it was going to be Seattle Sounders, and today it just wasn't their day. It was a day of Columbus Crew, especially at home, where they only lost one game all season, in the regular season. I feel like it was just like a big fortress for them, especially their last game in this old Mapfre Stadium before they moved to the next stadium next season. They really were motivated to really win and go out big in the stadiums. Like, I feel like they were the team to beat. Like, they were probably untouchable tonight. Last question. Think Crew would repeat next year with their new stadium boost? Possibly, but we're going to have to see what goes on with their squad changes and what goes on with other teams around the league. Happy the Crew won it. An MLS original final, won in a long time, in the first MLS soccer specific stadium. Yeah, that's awesome. MLS Cup playoffs will be played there. I feel bad for Cincy fans, though, but they're getting a new stadium, too. Yes, that's good for them. Hopefully every team in this league has its own soccer-specific stadium, because they need it. I feel like I hate that some MLS teams have to share their stadiums with NFL teams. I feel like that's stupid. I hate watching games sometimes where you can still see the touchdown rectangles. Like, see, I don't watch that much football, so I don't know what they're called. Like the end zone. You see the end zone stuff, graphics from the game from the night before or whatever, and like it just looks stupid. Like they have like the goals on though. They have like the lines and then the faded NFL lines, and it makes stuff look confusing. I'm like, how can you even play there? Like with all these freaking real lines, soccer lines, and all these faded lines from the NFL matches. Like it looks stupid. I think every team has to have its own soccer specific stadium. I know Seattle loves their stadium, but they got to make their own. Especially if they're one of the biggest teams, they need their own stadium. Right? I'm right. CenturyLink Field is also shared with the Seattle Seahawks. I hope I'm right, because if I'm wrong, I look like a total idiot. I won't be surprised if Caleb Porter becomes the next Bruce Arena and then goes to coach a team in Europe like Jesse March. Yeah, I would love to see Caleb Porter test himself more. I think he's obviously been to the MLS Finals with Portland Timbers, so I would love to see him how he goes on past Columbus Crew, or if he's gonna stay here in MLS forever. I'm glad it was one of the original teams. Yeah, facts. NYCFC needs to get a stadium, and they keep playing. And yeah, that's so stupid, bro. Yankee Stadium, come on, the freaking baseball stadium. NYCFC freaking loaded with money because of Manchester City. They could at least get some money to open a new stadium, even if it's a freaking like 5,000 seat stadium. At least it's something. It's your own stadium. It's your own soccer specific stadium. You don't got to share it. Why not do it? Am I right or am I right? What's my favorite stadium? I'm not gonna pick an NFL stadium. Like I can't say the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which is really cliche nowadays. But because it's also shared with the Falcons, I think. So my favorite stadium, soccer specific stadium, the Philadelphia Union Stadium. Obviously, I gotta go with my Union boys. I love it. Or the Portland Timber Stadium. I think Portland Timber Stadium is awesome. They got good atmosphere, good energy, good fan support when they have fans in their stadium. I freaking love that log cutting ceremony. It's awesome. Byland and Randall's Island. I'm not too familiar with that. Yeah, I live in New York City. There's no space. They need to build over the water. Yeah. But how cool would that be playing, like, in a stadium in the middle of the water or something like that? Crew looks so good tonight. Let Zella Rayan hold 7 milli for a game like that. Yeah. I feel like if Zella Zurian, I can't say this dude's name. I feel like if he keeps playing the way he's playing, he could be the next Miguel Almiron and get picked off by a bigger team in one of the big leagues in Europe. Like they can probably just go, boop, thank you, Columbus. We're gonna go ahead and take this dude. We're out of here. Thanks. Bye. I think I definitely see it happening. Caleb Porter could replace Berhalter in the future, in my opinion. Maybe, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of people were kind of dissing on Greg Berhalter because he was an MLS coach and from Columbus as well, nonetheless. And they wanted to see someone in the national team with better managerial career. And I think Caleb Porter is almost equivalent to Berhalter. Obviously, Caleb Porter has won more than Berhalter has, I think. If I'm wrong, who cares? I don't know. I feel like it could be a kind of like sidestep rather than a step forward. If I want to step forward, I'm going to go with, just off the bat, Jesse Marsh. Obviously, he had, New York Red Bull experience there in MLS, so he knows the American game. And now he has, Austrian experience, European experience in coaching in the Austrian League, the Champions League, the Europa League soon after it comes back when they were knocked out into the Europa League. He's got experience all over the world. I think he would be a good fit for the national team, but he's not going to be our national team coach for a long time. I think he's settled. He's actually comfortable being a club manager right now, especially the way his career is starting to really develop more and more and get more traction. He's not going to want to cut that growth and come to the national team where you play like a couple games every 2 months or something like that. Like that's not what he wants, and I don't want that for him. At least not right now. Maybe in like 5-6 years, yeah, but right now, no. My favorite is Red Bull Arena. I like that. I just don't like the Red Bull logo. Aiden Morris was definitely great today. Ace 007. One of the things about the Rapids is that they play in Commerce Stadium, and about 8 miles from downtown, there is no public transport. They'll take you there. That sucks. The stadium's not even that nice. TBH. Thoughts on the new MLS champion badge on the sleeve? I like it. Finally, they've done it, but it should have been gold. The new star should have been gold as well. Yeah, I actually, I thought that as well. I was like, why isn't that gold? It would look so much better. Just like aesthetically wise, bro. Yeah, MLS always doing MLS things. I agree. Do you like if teams have more creative names like Sounders or the Crew? I noticed recently that there are newer expansion teams mostly just have the standard names with the city followed by FC or SC. Yeah. I like the original like Sounders, Galaxy, Crew, like the Philadelphia Union. Like that just sounds different. Like it sounds NFL-ish, but it sounds like an American league, like an American sports league. That's how you do it here. You know, we can't copy the rest of the world in that aspect. If we want to copy with promotion relegation, fine. If we want to copy with like the salary cap stuff, no salary cap, fine, whatever. But the name we don't have to copy. We don't gotta say FC. I've said it before on my channel. FC, football club. We don't call it football here. We call it soccer. So if we're here talking about an American soccer team, we talk about soccer. At least SC. I wouldn't mind SC soccer club. That's fine with me. But FC, United, Real, like Real Salt Lake, that's stupid. I think Real means royal. Like that's for Spain over there. Like that's stupid over here. I understand what they're trying to do to like pay homage to those teams over there, but it's different, especially nowadays. Like MLS is trying to have its own identity, so let's just leave it at that. Let's have an identity with our team names. If MLS have their All-Star game, who would win, MLS All-Stars or Portugal's league? Or like a Portugal team league All-Star? For right now, I'll say MLS because I know Portugal has good teams like Porto, Benfica, Sporting, but I don't know many other players or many other teams too well in Portugal to really go ahead and make a harsh statement and say that they could win. So I'm just gonna pick easy, like pick my side and say MLS. Liga MX or MLS, which is better? Bro, you're on an MLS channel, yo. Who are you gonna think I'm gonna say? MLS. But if you're talking about teams who could beat each other, Liga MX looks still to be edging us out a little bit, but we have time to really. This is our moment to really just dethrone them. What is my favorite MLS kit of this year? As I'm looking at it right here, I love the away black kit for the Columbus Crew. I love the Inter Miami's kit as well. I love the Union's kit as well too. And that's pretty much it. The Sounders ones look the same as usual. Atlanta's the same as usual. LA Galaxy, I never really liked LA Galaxy. New York Red Bulls, I hate the Red Bull logo. So I'll have to go with those. I don't understand why you guys get so triggered with the FC thing. Yeah, I'm not triggered. I mean, maybe a little bit, but no, FC it's just stupid. Like that's not how we don't call it soccer. We don't call it football here. That's just us copying the way teams in Europe name their teams. Like I don't know. I like their own specific made up names like Columbus Crew or the Sounders, Galaxy. Stuff like that. It just sounds better. I was really disappointed that Charlotte FC named themselves as that way. They should have named it Charlottetown FC or Charlotte Monarchs FC. St. Louis should have named themselves St. Louis Archers. Yeah, I was really disappointed as well. Austin FC, Charlotte FC, St. Louis FC. It sounds stupid. Stupid. At least put SC in there. Facts. I hope Sacramento are still called Republic, though. Yeah. I feel like they should be. I feel like they might. Say which rivers are there. Nice. Alright, well, I gotta cut it there, guys. But real quick before I go. If you're watching this, guys, thank you so much for coming to the stream. This was, like, awesome. I got a lot of videos coming up. This probably don't have one tomorrow, but I have some more coming up this week. It's gonna be a crazy week. CONCACAF Champions League, USA national team youth player stuff coming up. So just be on the lookout for that. If you're not part of the Noti gang, which is notification gang, be part of it. Then you'll be part of the Drew crew. So I love hanging out with you guys. It's always so much fun. Like I just love hanging out. Like it's just good to talk to people about soccer. So thank you all for coming. Thank you all for hanging out. Let me just see what's up. I don't want to miss any questions. They should spend the league. Wyoming Wanderers play Warzone with me. I don't know what that game is. I'm so out of touch with video games now. After you're a dad, bro, you have no time for anything else. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I really enjoy your company. I really enjoy this game.